Hello, collective. Welcome to the Moon Report. My name is Marlene, the modern mystic, and I'm here to hold space as your resident moon goddess for the new moon in Gemini. Now, this new moon has it's going to be short and sweet because there's not a lot about it, but there is a intensity that I want to talk about with this new moon in Gemini and give you the reasons why this one is a little bit tricky. Now, this new moon happened Saturday. Well, wait, for us it was 10, 11, 12. For us it was Sunday at 12:37 a.m. Um, and I don't know how you've been feeling, but this weekend has been a little bit weird for me. And a lot of things have come up that have put me in a reflective kind of space, in a quiet space, and in a space of having to look at some things that are going on. And I've been wanting to hermit, even though there was a lot to do over Father's Day weekend. Over here, we in the US, we celebrated Father's Day weekend, and it was, um, a busy weekend, but uh, there's there's a little bit of cautionary that's going to come with this one for you. So listen up, and be aware. The new moon happened in I believe it was 29 degrees. I wrote it down somewhere. I believe it was 29 degrees. Um, and the caution comes around particularly around relationships and new beginnings. Now, it's interesting that it's new beginnings that we should be looking out for, and things that are getting started right now, because new moons are about new beginnings. And usually it's our time to set our intentions and plant our seeds. And, you know, that is the phase of the moon that is most favorable for doing things like that. But this one in particular, is not. And the reason for that is because there is this trickster energy around this new moon in Gemini. And that happens particularly with its square to Neptune. Now, Neptune is the planet of, spirituality and imagination and dreams, but it is also the planet of confusion, illusion, and delusion and confusion, right? I think I said confusion already. But that is what we're looking at here, since it's in a square, in a hard aspect to this moon. And it's tricky. There's trickster energy. The natives call this energy Heyoka energy, the Native Americans, and it keeps reminding me of that Heyoka energy, where you really don't know what you're gonna get, and what you see is not what you're getting, and there's a lot of trickiness and non-clarity around these things. And when we're talking about new beginnings, we want to be clear. We want to set new beginnings and new intentions around clarity, not around confusion, around something solid, right? Not in iffiness. And there's a lot of iffiness going around. There's a lot of wonkiness going around, trickery. And it's that aspect of Gemini, that duality that Gemini has, where we're seeing the shadowy aspect of Gemini in this particularly. So there is a lot of caution in conversations and communication also, because Mercury, the ruling planet of Gemini, is square Saturn at this moment. So that's also kind of a difficult aspect. And Saturn is getting ready to go retrograde. So when a planet gets ready to go backwards, where it appears to be going backwards in the sky, it goes through a standstill where it goes stationary. and it slows down and it goes stationary. And that's happening right now with Saturn. And there's an intensity that the planet gains when it's in that state. And we are feeling maybe the slowing down or heaviness that Saturn can bring with it, and a little bit of rigidity and restrictiveness, maybe around relationships, particularly, or new ventures that you're trying to get off the ground. So slow down. All of this to say is that, this Mercury also square Saturn is like a serious mind type of energy, like thinking seriously through things, you know, being mindful of what you're saying, doing, intending. Are you in integrity? Is there dishonesty or deceitfulness, which comes along with the shadow of Gemini, which is not fun at all. And it could get really, really confusing, and you could overdo it, like, find yourself over investing in something that is not what it seems. Again, deception, right? Keeps coming up, and that trickster energy is everywhere right now. But, if you stay like in the Fool kind of energy, and when I'm talking about the Fool, I'm talking about the archetype of the Fool, where all possibilities are available for a new beginning. And if you keep that innocence of the Fool and of what that archetype promotes in our personality when we're trying to embody that, we tend to, be in a hopeful kind of state. And if we can maintain that without really making any decisions, if we don't feel ready to, right? If our thoughts are jumbled, if our communication isn't clear, if we don't know exactly what to say or what it is that we're looking at or dealing with, it's better to slow down and take a step back and make sure that we're seeing things from a greater perspective before we make a move, before we have that conversation, before we fling that comment over to the other person where now it's out there and you can't take it back. Move into your intuition. Be clear about your intentions. Be in integrity and in honesty with yourself. If there are things that you are putting out there and negotiating and they're on the table and this and that, be clear as to your intentions and your expectations, or, what you, want to receive. And if you're not clear about that and you're in a state of confusion, it's okay. It's literally mapped out in the sky that there may be confusion right now. So lean into that energy, and don't make any major decisions, because, you want to make sure that what you're giving and receiving are from the purest intentions. And really, that's about it with this new moon. The good thing is that we're in day 2 of the new moon, like meaning the second day after the actual exact new moon. And, we're getting out of that energy, out of that chaotic energy. But, there's a lot coming down the line, which with the Saturn retrograde, excuse me, and then Venus is getting ready to go retrograde in Leo, which is going to bring drama. If you know Leo, you know drama, right? And, it could be a lot of fun. It could be sexy. It could be spicy, right? But it also could be dramatic, pot stirring, plot twisting. And I don't want to get too much into Venus in retrograde now, because I really think that in the later reports that we have. It's going to be in retrograde till October, beginning of October. So I want to give it its own space to talk about, and it's going to be dealing with things that have been coming up with our finances as well. Given that Jupiter is in Taurus, also Venus being the ruling planet of Taurus. So we're going to be talking about finances and stuff. But right now, with this new moon energy, I don't want to get into any of that. I want to keep it cute and I want to keep it simple. Stay in integrity, stay in your honesty, stay in your truth, no matter what anybody else is exhibiting. And if you catch yourself being the deceitful one, because we all play our roles here, and it's not about other people just being deceitful. We have to take a big look at ourselves. Are we being deceitful? Are we being manipulative in any way? Are we not being clear with what we're saying or elusive? And it's important to take that mirror at this time and look at that duality that not only exists outside of us, but exists inside of us too. And it's a conversation that is ongoing between our feminine and our masculine side. So get real with you and with everything around you and with what it is you're putting your energy to, what it is that you are starting at this time. And have a little check-in with you, because everything is not as it seems, and it's really, really a good time to get clear around what it is that you want when other things outside of you are not that clear. Okay? So get to your post. It's time, mystics. Okay? Be good to one another. Lean into the support that this type of community can supply for you. And it has for me time and time again. As always, I'm always here for you and giving you a full embrace during this time. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. Okay? And I want you to be aware of your surroundings and be able to be in your full expression while you're also taking caution and protection around yourself. Okay, so be good, be well. Mwah. Big love. And I will see you in the full moon. Peace.